of all of the drama that's happened on the internet over the last year or so, I did not expect this story between a pastry kitchen and a TikTok food reviewer to low-key be the most viral story out of all of them. Sometimes it's the simplest concepts that catch people's attention, I guess. I was literally about to head to bed, hence the do-rag here, but then I thought, this one doesn't look too complicated. I could probably, you know, cover it in a relatively short amount of time compared to the rest of my videos. Also doesn't seem to require as much mental faculty or extreme brain power to, I guess, remain sensitive to all parties involved either. I mean, how intellectually stimulating can it be? It's a pastry kitchen and a TikTok food reviewer. I say that, but when videos are garnering 60 million views on concepts so simple, it really does make you wonder, like, what exactly is going on here? So, you know what? My curiosity is getting the better of me. Let's just have a look at the actual videos, but before that, subscribe for, the do-rag. Alright, let's start with the initial food review, I guess, because chronologically, that is the first video that came out that initiated everything. Now, this video has, of course, been deleted because the restaurant themselves exposed the reviewer for being extremely dodgy in many, many ways, including things like bribery and, most importantly, just being a huge arsehole.
I do not mind spending $10 on a pastry if they are really good, but you cannot use fake-ass ingredients. That pistachio color is about as natural as my boobs, ass, and waistline.
Okay, immediately, great joke from the food reviewer here. This is a re-upload, by the way, and it still has 2.8 million views. This is how popular this story is. That food reviewer is Glamorama, and apparently she is notorious for doing like quite obnoxious food reviews and telling great jokes like that. I don't know, one-liners like that make me feel as though even if the food was really good, she would tell puns like that to, I guess, slip those, like if she was eating cheese, even if it was like high esteemed cheese, she would find a way to slip in like, "Whoa, this cheese is as plastic as my tits." I'm only saying that because as someone who has grown up around pistachio, I lived on baklava for the first decade of my life, essentially. And I have known many pastry chefs who are very well informed about pistachio, and to me, that pistachio cream there looks perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this pistachio cream, to be frank with you. I'm curious now. I want to actually have a look at Glamorama, like their actual like account. Oh no, I was gonna say I wanted to see like the rest of their videos, but when you go on their account, look what's happened. Everything's gone. She's deleted every single one of her videos, and it's just an apology, I'm guessing. I don't want to read the whole thing. I don't know if it's an I want to spoil myself there. Based on the vibe, it sort of seems like an apology. Let's see if maybe we can find reviews anywhere else. No, they're all unavailable, man. She deleted fucking everything. How bad was this fucking review? Like, I get one bad review? Is that enough to ruin you? I guess when the response video gets 60 million views, yeah, that will do. That'll do unrepairable things to your career. Also, why am I getting silicone nipple covers recommended to me? Subscribe to the channel and I'll wear those for the next video. I mean, you just won't be able to see it, so I can just lie, but I'll do it, I promise.
Natural as my boobs, ass, and waistline. The coffee was super sour and
it's also very obvious that she's reading off a, like, it sounds AI almost, how robotic she's delivering those lines. Anyway, the coffee. I'm not much of a coffee connoisseur. Honestly, I can count the amount of coffees I've had on one hand. I'm more of a tea kind of guy. Yeah, I'm a farmer. Anyway, sorry, I keep interrupting. Let's see what she has to say about the coffee.
The coffee was super sour and acidic, but I prefer a creamy chocolatey espresso.
So the coffee was acidic, but you prefer a creamy chocolate. You know what would be useful, actually? And this is like genuine. I'm not even chatting shit here, because if that's true, then that's true. Fair enough. You got the wrong coffee. But I think it'd be good if you like actually told us your order before you reviewed the food, right? Like Keith Lee, he's the most popular TikTok food reviewer. When he gives food reviews, he tells you exactly what he's ordered, right? Because for all we know, you could have ordered an acidic coffee and then complained that it was, you know, not creamy or chocolatey enough. Again, to be fair to her though, it's not her saying that the coffee was bad, it was just her saying that it wasn't really to her taste, not that it's like badly made or anything. So that one's not as bad as the pistachio cream, which again, maybe it just didn't taste good to her. It definitely was real though. Like, that's no fake shit. Especially because, by the way, this pastry cafe, I've noticed, I looked this up before the video, has actually been featured like on the news before. The chef's been nominated for plenty of awards.
A local pastry chef was just nominated for the ultimate culinary honor of a lifetime, the James Beard Award. JL Patisserie got the prestigious nomination, and as Jade Cunningham found out, this honor isn't just for the chef, but her entire team.
Hi, sir. How's it going?
Whether it's a croissant, cake, or eclair,
Gotcha, just a half size.
perfection is found at JL Patisserie.
I would say authentic, high quality, and made with a lot of passion. Those are our pistachio cookies.
That's the girl there who's fucking ruined Glamorama's entire career, by the way. And as you can see, she's been on camera before. She knows her way around the restaurant. She knows her way around social media. So there are a couple red flags here before you slander an entire business that you should have really picked up on. Although, I guess, again, no one could have anticipated just how viral this story actually got. I certainly fucking didn't. Like, when I look up for video ideas, my first thing I look at is, like, the views that it's getting, right? So I see the views, like 60 million, I'm like, oh, this is definitely going to be and I'm watching it, I'm like, sorry, what? So I sort of skimmed through it. I've not seen every little piece of it, but it must be, like, unhinged for it to have become this much of a scandal.
And she loves to bake.
I love the science of it, the really clean structure.
Look at this, like, machinery. They've got a whole fucking operation going on back there. This is like a surgeon's room. To have all this shit, it's like, it would be silly to use fake pistachios. If they went back and it was like this rinky-dink shed that was like pish, basically, then fake pistachios, I'd believe that. But like, look how pristine this shit is, man. Like, when I was younger and I'd go into friends' houses, obviously you can gauge the financial situation of said friend and their family. So when I'd walk into their home, I'd have a wee look around, I'd realize, like, what tax bracket they're in, and when I'd ask for water, I would go, I'm gonna get some tap water here, which is fine. I actually like tap water, so I didn't need to specify. But when I went to a friend's house and they had, like, the best video games and shit, I knew, like, I'm gonna have to specify tap water here, because if I don't, they're gonna give me their pristine, double distilled premium H2O from the mountains of Scotland water. What I'm saying is, I feel as though you can gauge the realness and quality of the ingredients being used by the atmosphere and level of the equipment around you when you walk into a restaurant. Like, when you walk into Nobu and you order wasabi, for example, you know you're not getting horseradish. In the same way, if you walk into this restaurant and order pistachio, you're not getting fake pistachio. It was an extremely bold claim to make, especially when, I don't know, is she a fucking pistachio expert or a food expert, or is she just a TikTok food reviewer? That's not me saying that, you know, regular people can't have opinions or review food, but to make such bold claims so confidently, it's, you know, fishy in my opinion, unless you're Gustavo Fring. Or Echo from Ratatouille. What's his name? Is it Echo? I swear, no, it's Ego. I was thinking of Ben 10 there.
$5 for a canali? I didn't even pay that in Santro fucking Pay, but that's the price next to the Phoenix Airport? Okay.
I'll be fair to it, that's extortionate for that amount of, that looked like a little nugget of food, and it was $5. That's pretty mad. I don't know the economy level of this area that she's buying food from, but that does look crazy, to be fair. $5, is that £4? I wouldn't have paid £4 for that. No, actually, I would if it was, like, really good. But according to her, it is now. Those pastries look, I mean, the pistachio shit did look good, though. Like, I'd pay $5 for that. Probably a bit more than that, actually.
I was also super disappointed in the quiche. I prefer a quiche with a thick, rich, buttery crust. This had a paper-thin crust. If I wanted to ingest this much eggs, I would have eaten an omelet. I absolutely love...
That looked like a good-ass quiche. Mate, look at that. That's an unreal-looking quiche. But again, you know what it is? I don't like highly edited food content. I've realized this. That's why on the best food channel on the platform, Shepherd Boy, run by yours truly, where I cook a delicious shepherd's pie, there's pretty much no editing at all. And the same goes for food reviews. Like, if I'm watching a food review, if I'm watching a food, like, cooking tutorial, all I want is one person sat down or stood up if they're cooking and reviewing the food or cooking the food. Like, this is how you do it. This is what you use. Here's the texture of the food. Here's a close-up of the food. Here's me eating it. Ooh, this is nice. Ooh, this is shit. Ooh, this tastes like ass. Ooh, this tastes like cock. And depending on who you are, those last two things could be good. So, you know, it's all relative, I guess. I hate food channels that are like... with the tutorials, they're like mad edited. There's like all these, it's like Mr. Beast food, like the Mr. Beastification of food content, if that makes sense. As for my favorite cooking channel is Adam Ragusa, for those who don't know. Go watch him, he is unreal. Like, his videos are dead simple, to the point, straight. They'll teach you how to fucking cook, but they also are shot really well. They're just great, like the vibes are great, so I'd recommend him. And then for food reviews, honestly, just like... them British guys that like bring a foldable chair and then sit outside a fucking like a restaurant and just fold it up, go to the table and just eat uncut, unedited. Those are always my favorite ones, like Rate My Takeaway and that. Because you know you're getting like a real authentic opinion, you know, and you can actually see what is being ordered, what the food is. You just get a way clearer picture of everything. When there's all the edits, it's so much harder to actually distinguish what is going on.
Thick, rich, buttery crust. This had a paper-thin crust. If I wanted to ingest this much eggs, I would have eaten an omelet.
This is what I mean. I don't want to be looking at the beautiful croissants when you're talking about the quiche and the texture of the crust, right? I want to see you put your fork into it and like actually look at the texture and see what you're talking about. I'm getting way too fucking invested in it. I love food, man. If I want a YouTuber, I'd be a chef. In fact, one of the best things about coming to London, I do like volunteer work for all like the like old people. So everyone gets matched with an old person. You cook for them, you chat with them. It's good fun. It's like in this big hall. It's great vibes, actually. I just fucking love cooking, man. Like, I'm the type of guy where when I eat something really good, I get like actual goosebumps and shit. Like last night, actually, I went to Nobu and I had A5 Wagyu for the first time. Thank you very much for giving me money, by the way. And I actually I got goosebumps when I ate it, man. It was insane.
I absolutely loved the pumpkin pie croissant, but everything was a little on the sweet and rich side, which some people love. Personally, I like my sweets a little less sweet, so I'd rather get treated like shit and go to Paris baguette.
You can tell a joke. You can tell a joke. Because I know I sometimes go AWOL and talk a bit too much in these videos and don't show enough of the actual clip itself, which, I mean, whatever. You can say what you want. But I feel as though because when you say, the pastry, the pumpkin pie pastry, whatever, was really good, but I'd rather be treated like shit and go to Paris again. It's like, was it good? Was it not? Would you rather be treated like shit than to eat it? Was it a little bit too sweet, or was it so sweet that it ruined your whole experience? I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Like, this isn't even me taking the piss or saying she's an arsehole. It's just me saying, like, she's bad at food reviewing. And this doesn't even come into, like, the whole corruption and the whole, like, angle of her bribing and everything. This is, like, genuinely, I am not getting a good level of analysis here for a food review. I don't know whether or not I should eat at this place or not based on this review.
All of that being said, I think if you stay away from the expensive ingredients like these nuts, you can definitely enjoy a delicious, rich pastry here.
What does that even mean, man? If you stay away from the more expensive ingredients like these nuts, then you can enjoy your pastry there? But you were chatting so much shit about it the whole time, and you said that everything was way too expensive. This is what I mean, man. I don't know what to take from this. You chatted shit the whole time and then ended the video with, it's alright though. I've never been so, like, actually mind-boggled by a fucking food review, man. Anyway, the bakery that was being reviewed here came out with a response which has 51.3 million views now and 6.4 million likes. So ironically, that negative review is probably the best thing to happen to this kitchen PR-wise ever. I don't think they will ever get a bigger break than this. And the man himself, Keith Lee, I can't express how much I respect this response.
We had an influencer reach out to us and ask to do a collaboration, and we respectfully declined because it was not in our budget right now. Then she essentially tried to blackmail us by saying,
ooh, I want to, first of all, I respect the accent. J'adore bifler for all my French audience out there. I saw the pumpkin one on TikTok. Would you be free for a collab? So it's interesting that the pumpkin one is the one that she points out there, and the pumpkin one is the one that she ended up enjoying the most in her video. I'm not saying that this is true, but it does make it seem as though she comes in with a preconceived idea of what she is going to like and what she's not going to like. Like, what are the chances that the one thing you went there for is the one thing that you ended up enjoying? But then even then, you said you'd rather get treated like shit in Paris again. Not cheated, fuck me. And again, to my French audience, if you're still here, I'm sorry, but Paris was, oh man, I went there I went there once when I was interrailing like 2 years ago, and I would be quite happy never going there again. I'd like to go, if I went to France, I'd probably go like south of France, like somewhere else like that, because Paris, oh man. Eiffel Tower was cool, and that's it. I can't be bothered for anything else. The Louvre was nice, but I've seen everything now. I don't want to go back. Okay, so here's the blackmail that she's talking about. When it's a collab, I will still do the honest review and highlight/focus on what I enjoyed and be softer/quicker on my words with what I may not like as much. If the experience is terrible, I won't post anything for the kindness of the hospitality. The meal will need to be comped, including the gratuity. Okay, so she is just a shit food reviewer. Like, what kind of food reviewer does that? That's like me going to, if I was like a video game reviewer, for example, and I was like, hey, give me a video game, yeah. This is like if I was a video game reviewer, right, and I went to like some small indie company and begged them to give me the game for free, under the presupposition that if I reviewed it and didn't like it, I'd be really quick with the shit I didn't. So the review would be something like this. This game, oh my god, it just looks fucking orgasmic. Like, I was borderline creaming the whole time I was playing it, but the gameplay was fucking shit. But oh my god, the writing was amazing, but the gameplay sucked. But the writing was unreal, man. You should definitely get this game if you don't mind shit gameplay. Because in my mind, ideally, if you want to review something, they wouldn't know that you're reviewing them, because it's like when I always hated this in school as well, like when Ofsted would come to school, but they would warn the teachers like a month beforehand that they were going to review a specific class from them, so they had all the time in the world to prepare their class. So you'd have some shit, lazy old fucking bastard teacher that despises every child in his class, and he just does some dog shit lesson usually. He just gives you a pack of papers and as you fucking go mental and then drinks a coffee and watches YouTube videos or something. But then now that he knows he's being reviewed, there's like group activities, there's mini assessment, there's like everything, right? And he's like, he's so happy now. He's like, yes, kids, today we're learning about these incredible geometric shapes, man. If Sally the weapon buys 347,000 bundles of grapes and then Andy buys 2 bananas and you combine the two together, how much have they spent? If you want an authentic food review, you don't tell them that you're coming in for a review, because then they'll notice you and they'll put extra effort into your food. Like when proper food reviews happen, they don't tell them they're coming. It's like a secret reviewer, I think, right? That's how it works. Like this shit just makes it seem as though she's getting like a weird ego thing from these reviews, or just wants a free meal or something. It's literally exactly like that one South Park episode. I even remember the name of it, You're Not Yelping. It's a fucking unreal episode. It's just a bunch of people who find out that if they get a Yelp and start doing reviews, they get treated like royalty. But then the catch is, all those people are like huge arseholes.
If we offered the food for free, she would then write a good review about us. I told her we'd think about it, but she still came in the next day. And although we hadn't agreed to collab with her, we recognized her when she came in, and we still were very accommodating and offered her extra drinks. So we totally respect a bad review, but what we don't like is lying and bullying. The first thing she said was that our pistachio was so faked. Fun fact, we have right here our pistachio paste that is 100% pistachios from Italy. All of our flours that we use in our product, the farine de blé, épeautre, gruyère rouge, all comes on a pallet from Europe. And also, this is our panettone flour, straight from Italy. It's written entirely in Italian. Not bad for close to the airport bakery.
Tell you what, man, as your favorite AI creator, I'm pretty good at distinguishing what's AI and what's not. I think this video was made with Sora. Yeah, they just compiled a bunch of 10-second clips and made a whole response video. Like, that's not real. That's not real pastry. That's not real pistachio. I mean, just look at it, man. Look at it. Oh, what is this, man? Look at that kitchen. Is this amateur hour, bro? I can't believe you thought you'd get away with this. Like, look at the shine on that fridge. It's so fake, man. What dirty, fucking disgusting, decrepit place. And what is that on the top of that counter there? Is that malaria on top? Yeah, it looks like it, I think. Like, now zoom into that corner and enhance like one of those shite detective films, and if you look there, that's a wee mouse, I think. You can't get past me.
Beyond the fact that we spend 10 times the amount of money to buy the ingredients, the most valuable part of our product is the time we spend to make them. From our sourdough starter to our dough, every single thing is handmade from scratch.
To make this, we spent 6 months to learn it, how to feed it, know how to work with it.
And it only likes the flour from Italy.
Holy, bro, they pulled out the Rode microphone and everything. They got the chefs working on it. Look at the muscle on this guy, by the way. I mean, honestly, he don't go gym at all. He has pure muscle just from kneading dough. That's how dedicated he is to his craft, bro. He don't even bang weights. He just fucking kneads dough. But I bet you anything, he could win World's Strongest Man. Because that shit, it's like, I can't even describe it to you, man. You ever kneaded dough from scratch? It's fucking hard.
And this isn't just about me. This specific influencer has gone to many different local restaurants.
Ooh, they posted restaurants hate to see me come. So it seems as though they pride themselves on giving overly negative reviews. I wonder if anyone else has like accommodated to them, giving them free shit, and they've also just gone back on their word completely and posted shite about them. But they might not have the camera presence or knowledge of social media to respond in the way that they have here.
Problem is, if the next generation is influenced by her to believe it's okay to bully and disrespect the food industry. We like working with influencers, but acting like the working class is beneath you.
Someone who makes more money sleeping than you ever will. You had 15,000 followers and you're a TikTok food reviewer who needs to beg for free food for restaurants that you're about to go to. You cannot be balling that much, but that's not even the issue here, because even if you were, you don't fucking speak to people like that, man. Before I was an influencer, I always saw, like, there's a surprising amount of influencers who talk to people like this, even like haters or whatever. But even if it's like a huge arsehole coming for you, you don't go for financial shit firstly. Like, if you want to attack someone's character, you start with their character, not your finances. Oh yeah, you think I'm not funny? You think I'm AI? Well, guess what? Your parents have to work 6 jobs to put food on the table just barely. How'd you like that? Just sounds extremely mean when you put it like that, actually. Makes you kind of seem like a huge fucking asshole. But I know it's not that. I know, like, presumably in her mind, that person's like a normal person and they're just fucking balling and they're bragging about how balling they are. But even then, it's just cheap. Ironically, it's just a cheap thing to go to. It doesn't make you look cool or epic either. Like, I bet the original comment was like, oh, who do you think you are talking about restaurants like this or whatever? And she's responding with that. Also, your biggest source of revenue's gone now, so funny how that happens, isn't it?
Promoting this kind of message on social media and bribing us for free stuff is not really something we support. My biggest pride in what I've built here isn't just how I source my ingredients, but it's having found the people to be in my team that wake up every day and that care about what we do, our processes, and that work really, really hard to do this. And most of all, thank you to our customers, sincerely, because it's thanks to you that since day one, I get to live my dream of having a bakery. And thanks to your support, I've been able to continue to be as true to my art.
Kind of just a flawless fucking response though. Like, there really is nothing wrong with it. This isn't like a typical YouTuber or influencer response. This is like a professional working woman's response to someone completely slandering her business. Why can't influencers just pay for the food that they eat, man? Like, it's one thing if they offer for it to be free because like they recognize you or whatever, but it's a complete other thing to beg a couple days before you go for a free meal. Like, that shit really is just begging. And dare I say, if you're making that much fucking money sleeping, then you wouldn't need to do it. Anyway, Glamorama actually responded to this video, and I haven't seen this yet. It has been deleted, but I found a re-upload of it. Let's give it a watch, and I will come in with an open mind and try to see what exactly has gone wrong here on both sides, because I'm sure she's not completely guilty. Maybe there's like one or two things that we can grant her by the end of this.
Then she essentially tried to blackmail us by saying if we offered the food for free, she would then write a good review about it.
God damn, someone finally stood up to me. You know, I gotta say, fucking kudos, for real. I respect that, I do.
Alright, now she's a fucking twat. I don't want to even watch the rest of this video, man. Who do you think you are? You're sat in your fucking car with your stupid wee shades on. It looks like you got 2 TVs on your fucking eyes. Look at how pale your skin is, fam. There's no way there's enough sun to warrant those shite glasses. In October, no less. But the whole rhetoric of, oh, fuck, someone finally stood up to me. It's like, okay, so she really does pride herself on being overly harsh, overly critical, and overly negative to places that really don't deserve it. That's why she was so like, I'd rather get treated like shit and go to Paris. This food is as fake and unnatural as my tits and my body and my waist or whatever the fuck. And then ended it with, yeah, it's alright though. It's almost as though the ending is like the only almost honest part of the whole video, and the rest is just trying to find ways of making shite jokes whilst like calling the food shit, because it's easier to make jokes about negative things than positive things.
What I don't respect are the lies. So, here are the receipts.
Unfortunately, right now we have no budget at all to spare, so we wouldn't be able to do a paid partnership with you. Okay, that is what she said happens. I'm not sure you're familiar with my page, but I do honest reviews. I do not charge for my content. Yeah, again, she showed this all, so nothing's been lied about yet either, still. Thank you for clarifying. I'll let the team know. Hello, I never heard back from you. We went in this morning. The staff was very kind. The pastries are beautiful, but there was definitely more miss than hit from what we ordered. Thanks for coming by and the feedback. Okay, all right, so fair enough. It's not as though the negative review came as a surprise. We are getting conflicting things with, again, I just don't think she's very good at articulating what's good and what's not good, which definitely doesn't help her case here, because the review was shoddy, it made no fucking sense, and I have no idea what she actually thought of the food being served there. But like that French lady said in the video that we were watching, it's not the negative review itself that's the problem, but it's the idea of bribing, begging for a free meal, and the, like, if you got the meal for free, you would have been quicker with the shit you didn't like, and more honest and overdoing the stuff that you did like, which is, in a way, not even in a way, it's lies. Like, it's a corrupt business model for reviews of all things. You know, it's very corporate and soulless, especially for someone who like prides themselves on doing honest reviews. You wouldn't shift your behavior depending on whether or not you got the meal for free, right? And the issue was also the bullying and the bold claims about how fake the pistachio was, for example, which were just not true. Like, I'm sure if you had done a normal sit-down video without any obnoxious music or shite jokes or, you know, bullying in the comments about your financial situation, and just went, you know what, the quality of the ingredients is good, I just think it's a bit too sweet for me, I'm not a fan of the pistachio cream or whatever, instead of going all out with like, this pistachio cream is obviously fake, everything's too sweet, I'd rather get treated like shit in Paris. It's like, that was, you went overboard a little bit, you know what I mean? And you also made slanderous claims that aren't true, that will negatively affect the reputation of the restaurant, which has a very good reputation for everything I've seen, right? So it leads people to come to the impression of like, oh, this place has a good reputation, but maybe maybe it's like a really snobby fucking whatever, and it's like gone downhill because for laymen like us, it's a piece of piss. Like a Gordon Ramsay place where it's like the reviews are great, but realistically, it's all right. And you might scoff at that, but like, wee story, Gordon Ramsay tried to open a place in Glasgow because that's where he is originally from, and he had to shut it down because the Glaswegians were like, it's all right, but I'm not paying fucking 200 quid for it, like, you can fuck off with that shit. Like, the top reviews saying that it's worth it are all bollocks.
I never said that I would leave a good review for a free meal. I have never done that, and I will never do that.
You did say, undeniably, that you would leave a better review for a free meal. You know, leaving out the shit that's negative and overemphasizing the positive would mean it is a better review. So, them taking that as you will leave a good review for a free meal, you cannot act as though that is like a delusional and unhinged statement from them, because that is essentially what you were doing. If anything, maybe you were just trying to say better, or like, you know, whatever the fuck you did say, so that there's plausible deniability there. I think it's totally fair to say that you did offer a better review for free food. And if you disagree with me, then you'd be arguing over pedantic semantics. Oh, look at me, by the way. Fucking hell, that was wicked. Cat in the hat type shit.
A bit of a stretch to say that I was bullying you. You have way more followers than I do. You are way cooler than I am. I will admit that. Like, I would love to have the online presence that you do. So, if anything, you're kind of punching down. My video got what, like 7,400, I think, maybe 12,000, 13,000 on Instagram. It didn't do great. I also said nice things in that video. I actually do think if you stay away from the nuts, if you're like me that don't like that fake pistachio flavor, I still have one of your other pastries here. Well, this one was a pistachio, so it hasn't been eaten yet, but the pumpkin one that I loved and raved about, I'm not exaggerating, I ate it about 2 hours ago, and I will say it's been frozen for days since Saturday.
No, you said that the pumpkin one was too sweet and that you would rather get treated like shit in Paris than eat it. That does not sound like the most positive review. Like, the video's right there. Why are you fucking lying to? I feel like I'm being gaslit right now. I heard what you said. Why are you lying? Why are you fucking lying? Oh my god. Stop fucking lying. Is that reference too old? Are people actually gonna get that shit?
Out after about 30 minutes, it was still phenomenal, and I'll stand by that. We also didn't get free drinks. We did get a free shot of espresso, which was so nice. Like, the French man that works there, he was the sweetest man ever. I said I liked my coffee strong. He sent out a free shot of espresso. That was so, so nice. Regardless, Jenna, I respect your balls.
Okay, so you got free drinks then, so that's that done. We didn't get any free drinks, but actually we did get a free shot of espresso. I guess that didn't mount and do it for you, eh?
I do respect your talent. It may not be always my taste, but I do respect your talent. I think you make beautiful pastries. I'd work on that quiche though. And I hope both your sides of your pillow are cold at night, and I do wish you nothing but the best.
Honestly, when it comes to that ending, I'm more concerned with the notification that whoever recorded this video got. They will kill you. Insurance scam caught on that. Oh, it's a news thing. I thought it was like a spam sort of like scam thing where it was like threatening to kill the person for not. Also, they've capitalized it really weirdly. They've capitalized you, but not will. I guess that kind of does make sense. Me personally, I capitalized everything in the title just for consistency. Sorry, anyway, off topic, but like this is a very passive aggressive like response video here. Again, she just can't help but be all like sly and arsehole-ish and unlikable. It seems to just be her brand, or what she's trying to make her brand. I actually find with a lot of people who say that they're brutally honest or whatever, it's like, no, you're just a fucking arsehole. Like, honesty is a great quality to have, but when people like brag about how honest they are, usually they're just arseholes that say shit that don't need to be said. And also, you can't be that honest when you're calling the fucking pistachios fake. Even if this response video you're calling the pistachios fake. The way she pronounced cannoli is wild. You know what it is? I didn't even clock the way she pronounced cannoli, but like, yeah, now that I think back, it was disgusting, wasn't it? Let me go back, actually.
$5 for a canali?
Canali. Fucking hell. It's not a body of water, mate. Does she not realize pistachios are green? Fucking canali. What kind of reputable food reviewer? If you're a food reviewer and you pronounce cannoli canali, I know not to trust you. Oh, yes, this gruyere cheese has a really nice nuttiness to it. Anyway, let's have a look at her second response/apology video, because that first one, predictably, did fucking atrocious, and no one liked her for it. First and foremost, I want to address the fake-ass ingredients comment. When I tasted the pistachio pastry, I noticed a strong pistachio flavor. That reminded me of extract or flavoring, so I assume that's what was used to enhance the taste. Who would have thought that a pistachio pastry had a strong pistachio flavor? Oh, fuck me, this This orange juice tastes of oranges. It must be fake. Are you fucking kidding me? Maybe it was added, maybe it wasn't, but I want to be clear, they do use real ingredients as well, and I should have been more thoughtful with my wording. Well then why didn't you write that wrong in your response video? Like, this is just a classic, you're sorry because people didn't like your, like, you really thought you ate. Well, you did eat, actually. It's just, you know, the review was bad. She ate, but she left a couple of crumbs, you know what I mean? She actually left a whole half pastry if we're being real with ourselves. I also want to clarify something really important. My review was not revenge for being turned down for a collaboration. I'd already planned to visit and review the bakery regardless, paid or not, but I understand with how things unfolded, it might have looked like I did it out of spite. That's not who I am, and that was never my intention. Yeah, I believe that they were gonna visit the bakery regardless, because it's a very popular bakery. It's, you know, guaranteed views to an extent. But I will also say, you are probably going to get more views if you review a positively seen bakery negatively than if you give it a positive review. Like, Keith Lee's most popular reviews, for example, are all negative ones. The most popular reviews of games or movies or whatever, they're all negative. Maybe that's why she skews more negative even for things that she tends to like. Once again, it just sort of shows where her priorities are, which is, you know, making content and trying to get views as opposed to actual artistic or, you know, review integrity, which is fine, but then you can't be angry when the places you review get angry at you. You have to be able to sort of take it. For those who have followed me for a while, you know I always give honest reviews, good or bad, but I also understand now that honesty without compassion can come across the wrong way. When the collaboration didn't work out, I completely respected that and went in as a regular paying customer. My goal was to give an honest review, but I see how that message, followed by a negative video, made it seem like I only wanted free food or felt entitled, and that's not true. That was never my mindset, and I truly regret that I came across that way. To the bakery, I'm sincerely sorry for any harm my words may have caused. I respect the time, effort, and heart that goes into running a small business, and I genuinely wish you nothing but success moving forward. At the end of the day, we're all humans. Sometimes we mess up publicly, and all we can do is take accountability, learn, and grow from it. Thank you to everyone who's reached out with kindness, and even to those who have held me accountable. I hear you, and I'm using this as an opportunity to grow and do better. Yeah, it's a fairly honorable response in my opinion. If this was the first response, and if they didn't give that, like, video response, I think it would have been, you know, perfectly fine. It's a low-level influencer who doesn't have that much fame, not that much experience, who made a fucking mistake. Whoop-de-fucking do. Not a huge deal. It's fine, right? It's just again, it's just an influencer who came across a bit of a dick. The problem really is just that first video response, though, because it sort of deads everything in this one. It makes it seem so much less authentic, because we still have that vision of you acting like an arsehole in your car. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you can't really call this person the biggest piece of shit ever. They're just someone who reviews food on TikTok, who isn't great at their job, who made a mistake and came across an arsehole, probably because they might be a bit of an arsehole, but it's nothing that they can't grow and change from. I do hope that they've grown and learned from this experience, and that, you know, they come back to pursue their dream of being a TikToker, having learned from this, you know, and actually doing it right. You know, it would be awful sad if they just completely gave up on something that they love doing. But yeah, I don't want to hyperbolize it or over-exaggerate and act out like she's the fucking devil or anything, so in the interest of doing so, I think we'll just end the video there. I need to sleep now. So, good night, everyone, if it's nighttime, and good morning if it's the morning, and good evening if it's the evening, and good afternoon if it's the afternoon. Happy Hanukkah if you're watching this during Hanukkah for whatever reason. Happy New Year if for some reason you watch this video on January the 1st. Happy Mother's Day, Father's Day, happy birthday, so on, so whatever. I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel. Bye.